ParaTerraforming Mars. There is a necessity of generating a plan to inhabit Mars by designing a small village. Therefore, the need for a blueprint, in particular modules, utilities, and subsystems, is required. In addition, the development of a program strategy with details of the budget and schedule. The paraterraforming of Mars in the event of expanding the exploration in space. Therefore, by establishing a habitable station on Mars, we can reach greater distances in space. Comparison: Earth looks blue from outer space due to being 2/3 water. Cosmic radiation is manageable due to protection courtesy of having a strong magnetic field. A day consists of 23 hours, 56 minutes. A year consists of 365 days, the time needed to go around the sun once. The air quality is about 76% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Mars looks ruddy from outer space due to being covered in oxidized iron called rust. Cosmic radiation is challenging due to a weak magnetic field. Gravity is 38% of Earth at sea level. A day consists of 24 hours, 37 minutes. A year consists of 687 Earth days, or about 670 Mars days. Air quality is mostly carbon dioxide, 95.3%, with a trace of oxygen, 0.15%. An example of the lava tubes inside Mars. The lava tunnels on Mars are very similar to those of an anthill. The ants resemble the robots that will set up the tunnels for future establishments. The lava tubes also serve as a shelter for our astronauts from the harsh conditions on Mars. If you were to place a number of pods into these tunnels, which shape would be best to fit into these tunnels? Cubes, cylinders, spheres, or triangular prisms? In the future, we will be setting up cylindrical pods that will become interconnected within the lava tubes. On the left is a side view of the lava tube. On the right is a cylinder pod for the lava tubes. Top view of the lava tube. In the colonies, the ants have a specific jobs. The queen has to lay eggs to ensure their existence. The female workers feed the larvae, scavenge for food, and defend the nest. The job for a male ant is to mate with the queen. What type of jobs would we have on Mars? What type of people would be needed to fill those jobs? Example of colonizing Mars. The goal to inhabit Mars starts by using robots, like the worker ants, to construct an environment that is safe for people to occupy. Then perform the work to sustain the civilization by growing food, building shelters, teaching newcomers, and much more. There are a great number of specialists that will be required to ensure the protection of the colony from the harsh conditions. This goal will require an assortment of engineers as well as botanists, biologists, medics, pilots, teachers, farmers, miners, and many more. Journey to Mars. The journey from Earth to Mars takes about 253 days, which is roughly around 8 months. Every 2 years, Mars is at its closest point, 55 million kilometers. That is equivalent to 34 million miles from Earth, and this would be the ideal time to launch a spacecraft. The time duration of the voyage depends on the positions of the planets. Based on an illustration from the point of Mars arrival of space probe, where on the Earth's orbit would be the most effective position to launch the spacecraft. 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 270 degrees. How to determine the dates of departure and arrival. The precise duration of each journey depends on when it's taken, because Mars and Earth's orbit are not perfectly circular. The time it takes to travel between them varies from 6 to 8 months. The path were chosen from the beneficial astronomical position of Earth and Mars. When determining the course to Mars, the maximum travel time for the astronauts is very important. The most efficient route to take from Earth's orbit to that of Mars is called the Hohmann transfer orbit. The illustration demonstrates a simplification of the process. That's it.